I can't look at myself.
Right.
Look too weird.
Look that way. It's Car Con Carne on Halstead. We're in Boys Town tonight. That's Matt Walker, Peerless drummer. Matt Walker in my front seat.
That's James Van Osdale.
It's true. And Car Con Carne, presented by the Autobarn Mazda of Evanston, 1015 Chicago Avenue. We got food from the Chicago Diner tonight.
We did, yeah.
So we're going to eat the food. We're going to talk about your storied musical career. You ready for this?
Am I ready for this?
Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
I'm so ready for this.
Okay.
All right, so I want to thank Chicago Diner. They loaded us up with food. Chicago Diner, meat-free since '83. Like when I started as a vegetarian many, many years ago, this was the first place I went to.
Yeah.
Like this was the go-to. And they're really good about bringing people in to vegetarian cuisine. I think the first thing I ever had here was the Reuben.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that one's famous.
That one's totally famous.
Yeah.
And in fact, when we ordered, I didn't want to get that because I thought that was too obvious.
Oh, I thought you were going to say too messy.
Well, all bets are off in this podcast.
Yeah.
But you got sliders, right?
Well, yeah, because it gives you a chance to try the 3 different burger options.
Right, so the sliders, looking at the Chicago Diner menu,
Yeah,
it's an appetizer, right? Yeah.
I guess.
It's somewhere over. It's 3 different types of burgers.
Right. And to be honest, I don't remember what the names are. You'll have to do
I may not find it right.
the analysis.
But I'll tell you what I got. I got the Soul Bowl. The Soul Bowl, grilled tempeh strips or blackened or scrambled tofu, quinoa, flash greens, mashed sweet potato, black beans, and chimichurri, which I'm totally pumped to try.
Sounds good.
And you got waffle fries, too.
Oh, yeah. Always have to get the fries.
Always have to get the fries.
It's a real issue with me.
Oh, the sliders. And look at this. Here's how great the Chicago Diner is. You put a smiley face on your order.
Let's see.
Uh-huh.
I think they just did that for us, though.
They may have. Or you want to show off your sliders to the...
Is that what we do?
Yeah, show it off.
I can't say that I've ever shown off a slider of any kind.
Well, you've done so much. I'm excited that we're crossing this bridge together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it
You've
together.
accomplished so much, Matt Walker.
This is
Here, show right there.
All right. It's messy, but I guess it's supposed to be.
That looks delicious.
I mean, someone
That's substantial for a slider.
made a good point to me though recently, and I don't know if I should bring it up, but like the idea of making vegetarian food that's is simulating meat. Does that,
Kind of going along the lines of the Reuben, I think it's a great way to let people who are strictly carnivorous know, hey, this stuff is good.
I think so. Just tell them someone brought a different viewpoint to
Devil's
it.
advocate.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's my Soul Bowl. This is heavy. This is going to be a dense amount of food here. Holy.
Good luck with that.
Good luck with that. Look at that. That's the tempeh, and it's blackened. Can you smell it?
I smell everything. And your car is going to smell everything for some time.
It always does. Oh, this
Yeah.
looks so good. Chicago Diner, vegetarian food. So, Matt Walker,
Yeah.
I want to cover so much with you, Matt Walker. Let's start with Sons of the Silent Age.
Sure.
Saturday night, if you're watching this on Facebook Live, Saturday night, Sons of the Silent Age, the Bowie tribute with a whole bunch of Chicago A-listers, returns to Metro, playing what I think is one of Bowie's greatest albums of all time, Scary Monsters, in its entirety. Like, my big 3 are Station to Station, Scary Monsters, and Diamond Dogs.
Okay. We've done Station to Station.
I
as
know you
well.
have.
Yeah.
So, explain for those who don't know Sons of the Silent Age, named after a song off Heroes.
Yeah.
Explain the history of the band.
Okay, so it must have been about 8 years ago now. I had a song of mine, and I am not much of a singer, so usually I ask friends who are singers to come and sing my songs to bring them to life, and I asked Chris Connolly to come over and give the song a whirl. And he did, and as he was doing it, it was obviously because it's in my head and it's in his voice. We're like, this is kind of Bowie-esque. And then we just started talking about how much fun it would be to do a night of, just
Chris
kind of
Connolly
cavalier.
He's always drawn Bowie comparisons.
He has, and it's just the richness of his voice, in addition to the fact, of course, he's a huge fan as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons for it. But and so we just started brainstorming this idea of doing a night of Bowie songs, and it was not meant to be anything more than that. But then the first, so we decided to make our first show a benefit concert. We decided to do it at Metro, and by the time we got all the musicians on board, the band was a 9-piece band.
Yeah.
The benefit concert was for a really good organization called Pavlov Foundation. Supports pediatric cancer.
Wait, was that the first show, the one with Shirley Manson?
Right. So
Okay,
then,
okay, that's the one I was at.
right, like, so what became this just kind of, you know, what am I trying to
One-off,
say?
fun
yeah,
little...
Yeah, it got big fast. And there were a lot of reasons that Shirley was also involved. She was also connected to the Pavlov Foundation. And she and Chris go back to Edinburgh from early days.
Sure.
Their bands used to play together, so they were friends. And of course, I've known her through Garbage and from time when I was in Pumpkins and Garbage for years now. So it was quite an event. It was an amazing night. And it was so much fun, and it was so successful in raising funds for the charity. It was just incredible. So from then we just started doing it annually, and choosing different benefactors to raise money for. And I think this is our 7th year, which is...
That's amazing.
It's kind of mind-blowing, yeah. And we've had a lot of different guests join us, you know.
Sure. Kat O'Connor, who's watching the Facebook Live, says, I've gone to every one of the benefit shows at Metro. So excited for Scary Monsters.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
That is great to hear. And when you're watching Sons of the Silent Age, close your eyes and you are in that album. I mean, and the other thing is, watching the set list you played, that one time I went, I should go every year. I'm sorry I haven't. You can tell you guys are fans. Because this is a fan set list. And when you're busting out things like Station to Station,
yeah,
you know, these are
we really like to go deep, and it's partially for us because we like to do it as musicians and pick the more challenging material. But we also know for the Bowie fans, they really appreciate. And a lot of the songs we choose, he never played live. In fact, Scary Monsters is a great example of that because there was no tour for that album. I think he did some promotional dates and did some TV appearances, but many of these songs were never played live. So it adds a little bit of, importance to this show.
I remember the Glass Spider tour. They busted out Up the Hill Backwards, I think with Frampton.
Wow. I didn't see it, but I YouTubed that just to see if he had ever done that song live. I don't think they even did the whole song, but...
And Frampton did the backup vocals, and it was kind of awesome.
And they had the whole beginning with the abstract guitar.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. I'm impressed.
I'm a huge Bowie fan, so I mean, this speaks to me in every possible way, man.
He'll probably out Bowie me, but...
I don't know if that's true.
Maybe not when it comes to the drum parts.
Perhaps not. All right, so Matt Walker's history, we're going to go deep into it. We're going to keep recording this podcast. This is just a teaser, an amuse-bouche, if you will. You will.
I will.
An amuse-bouche. Matt Walker, we're going to keep recording this podcast, which will be available soon on carconcarne.com. We're going to eat this amazing food from Chicago Diner. And what the podcast holds for you, more talk about Sons of the Silent Age. And Matt's career, you've seen some stuff.
I've seen some stuff.
Through the Smashing Pumpkins, Morrissey, Filter, Cupcakes, Garbage. You worked with Adam Ant. You want to talk about that?
Sort of.
Sort of?
I sort of did.
I sort of want to hear that then.
I'll sort of tell you.
Fantastic. That's all sort of happening soon on Car Con Carne. If you're watching on Facebook Live, thank you for watching. Support Chicago Diner. Support our friends at the Autobarn Mazda of Evanston, 1015 Chicago Avenue. And most importantly for this episode, go see Sons of the Silent Age, Saturday night benefit show. The one other thing we didn't mention, Michael Shannon, General Zod.
General Zod as
Lou Reed.
Yeah.
Michael Shannon's doing a set of Lou Reed songs.
Yeah.
Do you know what he's going to play?
I do.
Is it like career spanning?
I do because, well, okay, just one note on that. So in that first show we played, also, Michael Shannon did a Lou Reed set before us. Because we've always had support acts that kind of play into the whole Bowie lore, Kraftwerk, thing or whatever. And so he has done the Lou Reed set before. But this time we get to do it with him because he had his own band before.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So will it be career, or is it strictly the glam period? Is it strictly like Transformer stuff? Are you going through New York, or what are you doing?
It touches on more than just one thing. So it's varied. And I can say also that it will be, because we're going to do 2 sets. I think people should know that. We are going to do Scary Monsters in its entirety, and then have a little intermission, and then play lengthy second set, and Michael will join us.
I just want to hear Connolly yell to "shut up" at the end of "It's No Game."
Well, I've heard him yell "shut up" many times, and it had nothing to do with "It's No Game."
God, God, that album, Fashion to Fashion, Ashes to Ashes, Scary Monsters, It's No Game, Up the Hill Backwards, Scream Like a Baby.
Oh yeah,
That
might be one of my favorites.
Oh my God.
That we're doing. Or you know what was a real surprise is Because You're Young.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Solid album. All right, that's Saturday night at Metro. If you're watching this on Facebook Live, go see that percussive force of nature, Matt Walker, as part of Sons
He
of the
might be
Cemetery.
there as well.
I will be there. I told you.
Okay.
Is
I'll
this
believe it when I see it.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Why are you busting my balls, Matt Walker?
That's what I do.
I understand. All right, thank you for watching on Facebook Live. We're going to eat some Chicago diner food now.
Bye.